A very good day to you. I'm Hank Gross, MidHudsonNews.com. It's Wednesday, March 15th. The news today brought to you by the Galleria at Crystal Run. The time for polite responses to these relentless and unwarranted attacks is over. Orange County Industrial Development Agency Executive Director Bill Fioravanti said yesterday his comments were in response to the latest volley by Senator James Skoufis, who maintains the IDA is giving away financial incentives to the detriment of local taxpayers. The senator has introduced legislation included in the Senate version of the state budget that would require state monitors to ride shotgun over the IDA board. Fioravanti says the senator is, in his words, wasting valuable taxpayer money by staging political stunts like this plan.
First, he's doing that by demonizing the kinds of companies that we and our partners in economic development are trying to attract to the area. But also, IDAs require that projects are built local. 85% of the construction labor must be local. When he drives them away from IDAs and they get free benefits, such as the 45B plan, basically half of a pilot for nothing, they're not hold the local labor, and all of their jobs come from outside the region and outside the state.
Fioravanti says Skoufis' proposal is, in his words, a real disservice to the people of Orange County and the state. State Department of Environmental Conservation Regional Director Kelly Turturro has announced the execution of an order of consent against Keene Equities LLC for violations of the Clovewood residential development construction site in South Blooming Grove. The order assesses a civil penalty of $228,000 with $150,000 payable and $78,000 suspended if Keene complies with the terms of the order and requires all work at the site to stop, with the exception of site soil stabilization work, until the developer obtains the required DEC permits. DEC has recorded ongoing violations at 505 Clove Road in the village of South Blooming Grove since May 2022. DEC issued several notices of violation that included cease and desist directives. The consent order addresses violations of the Environmental Conservation Law and its implementing regulations for adverse impacts to habitat for a threatened species, timber rattlesnake, engaging in construction activities without the required DEC permits, and violating water quality standards for turbidity.
Spring is just around the corner, and so is the Easter Bunny. He's hopping by the Galleria at Crystal Run, arriving Friday, March 17th, and he'll stay until it's time to deliver all those decorated eggs and yummy chocolates. Get your picture taken with Mr. Peter Cottontail. Children, families, even pets are welcome. And now you can make an appointment ahead of time at whereisbunny.com. Reservations are strongly encouraged. Go to GalleriaCrystalRun.com for all the details.
A Middletown man faces up to 36 years to life in state prison when sentenced in May on several rape charges related to sexual contact with children. On Tuesday, Cecilio Navarra, also known as Cecilio Navarra Rodriguez, who's 35, was convicted by an Orange County court jury of predatory sexual assault against a child and 2 counts of rape. He faces a maximum sentence of 25 years to life in prison on the most serious charge. At trial, prosecutors argued that evidence proved that between December 1st, 2016 and October 27, 2018, he engaged in 2 or more acts of sexual contact with a child under the age of 13. Prosecutors also argued that evidence showed that in 2019 he had sexual intercourse with a child under the age of 15, and in 2021 he engaged in sex with a child under the age of 17. With all of the charges combined, the district attorney's office will recommend Navarro be sentenced to the legal maximum to run consecutively for a total of 36 years to life. Unemployment in the Hudson Valley Catskills increased minimally in January compared to the same month in 2022, the state labor department reports. Orange County saw a January increase to 3.7%, up from 2.8% in December and 3.7% in January of last year. Sullivan County saw 3.9% unemployment in January compared to 3% in December and 4.1% in January of last year. The state has granted the city of Newburgh an almost $1 million grant to survey lead water pipes. City Manager Todd Venning told the City Council the funds will be used to survey old water lines.
The City of Newburgh Water Department has been awarded a grant of $968,000 with no match through New York State Drinking Water State Revolving Fund for the establishment of lead line inventory.
Like most other older cities with aged infrastructure, those lead lines pose a health risk. The Westchester County Board of Legislators vehemently opposes plans to dump an estimated 1 million gallons of radioactive wastewater containing carcinogenic contaminants into the Hudson River. Chairwoman Catherine Borgia says the discharge would be conducted by Holtec International, the company that owns and is dismantling the former Indian Point nuclear power plants in Buchanan. Borgia said the discharge would undermine decades of successful environmental conservation and cleanup efforts on the Hudson River, and the disposal method poses disastrous health risks to plant, marine, and human life. Lawmakers in Westchester and Rockland counties both adopted resolutions opposed to the discharge. Several municipalities upstream on the Hudson and Ulster and Dutchess counties draw drinking water from the Hudson River. I'm Hank Gross, MidHudsonNews.com. The news today brought to you by the Galleria at Crystal Run.